Hello, wonderful soulmate. You're highly welcome back to my channel, and I'm happy to have you back to my channel once again. In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful dress you're seeing here. So the sleeve is called batwing sleeve. You can see how beautiful this dress is looking. Trust me, you will love this dress. So this is what we're going to be learning how to make. So if you're interested in this tutorial, I encourage you to stay tune and watch to the end. Okay, so to begin, this is my pattern on the table, and the first thing I'm going to do is to get the first part. So the first part runs from the shoulder to the towards the hip, just like few inches away from the hip. You understand? Like 2 to 3 inches after the hip line. So that is where the first part runs to. So from my shoulder to my hip line, I am going to be making use of 26 inches. Okay, that is what I'm going to be making use of. All right, so I went on to measure and mark that 26 inches, and note that this is not with allowance included. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing here is to be measuring from my shoulder to my chest line, from my shoulder to my bust point line, waistline, then my hip line, of course. So the next thing I'm going to do is to get my rulers and my ruler, and I'm going to roll these lines into a straight line. So after rolling into a straight line, I will also label the line. So I labeled as shoulder, chest line, bust point line, waistline, and of course the length, which is also around the hip, right? So I went on to measure my shoulder divided by 2 and mark it. Now it's a cut together, so that implies that I'm going to mark my sleeve length as well. So the sleeve length I am working with is 8 inches. So you can make it shorter and longer as well. Okay, then I also slope my shoulder by 1 inch, and I am going to get my neck width. So I'll be working with neck width of 3 inches. Okay, so that is what I am working with. So we are assuming this paper is folded into two. All right, so take note of that. So I'm going to connect from my neck width to my shoulder slope, just like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to get the um the straight line, but before then I am going to measure the wideness of my sleeve. Now note that mine is not fitted, as you saw. It's not very fitted, so that is why I went on to measure my free sleeve, round sleeve. Okay, so I made my round sleeve free, and I went on to measure it. So I measured around 10 inches, which normally my round sleeve is around 7 inches. That is when divided by 2, but here I made use of 10 inches because I want it to be very free, and I went on to roll that line into the bust point line. Okay, so I went on to measure what I have there, and I'm just okay with it. So what I'm going to do now is to measure my bust circumference divided by 4. Okay, so I marked it on the bust point line, and I'm also measuring my waist circumference divided by 4, and I mark it on the waistline. Then the same thing with my hip circumference divided by 4, and I also mark it on that line. So the next thing I'm going to do is to impute my dart. Now I want the length of my dart to be 5 inches longer than the waistline. Okay, 5 inches below the waistline. So I went on to measure 5 inches from the waistline. Then I also measure my nipple to nipple divided by 2. Then I went on to rule it up to 1.5 inches below the bust point line. So I want my dart to start 1.5 inches below the bust point line, and I'm using 0.75 for my darts. Okay, I'm using 0.75, so you can use 0.5 inches for your dart. Do you get that? So, and I went on to connect it with my ruler like this. So I connected to the 5 inches below the waistline, and also to the 1.5 inches below the bust point line like this, and you can see that my dart is well formed. So I have 1.5 inches here. So now that I've marked my waist circumference divided by 4, I went on to replace that 1.5 inches that I used for my dart. Do you understand? And I went on to connect the lines as shown. So can you see it? So this is what I have now. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do after making my connection is to blend this part very well. I'm just going to blend it so that that place won't be that too sharp. All right. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to go up about 2 inches below the bust point line. Okay, that is where I want the gathers at the upper part to start. Okay, so it all depends on where you want it to start. So I connected it down to the bust point line. All right, so that is what you see me do here. So if you want yours to start on the chest line, you can make that as well. You can connect it there. If you want it to start exactly on the bust point line, you can connect. Then I went on to mark my neck depth, which is 3 inches, and I'm connecting my neck like this. Okay, so I went on to do that. So I was done connecting it, as you can see, right? So the next thing I'm going to do now is to first of all measure where I want my ruffle or my gathers to start. Okay, so I am measuring about 1 inch here. Okay, and I'm connecting to the neckline. So we are not actually going to um make use of this connection to the neckline. I'm going to adjust it later. So just pay attention to what I'm doing and you understand. I'm going to adjust this now. Okay, so to do that, I'm just going to measure about 0.75 away from the neckline so that it doesn't alter our neckline. Do you understand? That is why I'm making this second connection. I don't want the neckline to be altered or to be disarranged. Okay, so I'll come back to that. So now I want to I went on to measure half inch here and connected it to the upper part. So and I shaded that part indicating that it's going to go out. So like I said, I'm going to come back to the neckline, and the next thing is to measure what I have here, starting from the sleeve to the folded edge. Okay, so that is what I went on to do, and I am taking this line down because remember we are making use of the line, the 1.5 inches above the bust point line that I wrote. That's what I'm making use of. So that is the reason why I took the line down to that point and I shaded the lines that we don't need. So I went on to measure this and I have about 16.5 inches. Then also measure this part. I have 13 inches. So I am going to reconnect this the neckline now. I'm going to do that because like I mentioned, I don't want it to disorganize the neck width. So I measured about 1 inch from the initial neckline and connected it to this line, and I shaded the initial line because we won't be making use of it. So this is so that it doesn't disorganize the neckline like I mentioned earlier. So now what I'm going to do now is to measure what I have here and compare it to the upper parts and divide them by 2. Okay, so I am going to divide the line, this line here, I'm going to be dividing it for slashing and spreading. Okay, so I am dividing it and I am just measuring 2 inches. Okay, so I am going to make sure that it aligns with what I have up there. So I'll check if 2 inches work on this upper part, I'll make use of it. If it's 1.5 inches or 1.25 that work, I'm going to make use of it so that at the end I will be able to connect it to this to the down part. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do. So I'll keep marking until I get the one that rhymes with what we have on the down part that has the same lines. Okay, so that I can be able to achieve uniformity. That's just what I'm trying to do. So after that, I'm going to be connecting them. All right. So after connecting them, I'm going to show you the next step we will take. Okay, so that is what we are going to do now. So I'll proceed to connect, and that is what I'm doing now. So yes, I was not connecting and it gave me the uniformity I wanted. So now I'm going to label it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as you can see. Okay, and I am going to cut out. Okay, so note that this part is the front part. So before I cut out, I'm going to first of all measure what I have from the sleeve to the main bodice. Okay, and I am also going to note the measurement I have. This is very important because since we're using slash and spread, it is important to know the overall measurement you have here, because by the time we slash, we need to gather it, slash and spread it, we still need to gather it back. So knowing exactly the measurement we have initially is very important. So if you have enough paper, you can cut the upper part on another paper and keep, or you just measure it the way I did and have what the measurement is in mind. Do you understand? So that is what I did in my case. So I went on to cut out. I hope you are taking note of the line that I cut out, which is the line we are making use of. Okay, then I measured from here to this part and I have 6 inches, which is also very important. Okay, so I proceed to cut out. So now I'm going to set this one aside and I'll cut out the neckline for this part. So after cutting out the neckline for this part, I am going to slash the remaining part and get another fabric to spread it on top of it. Okay, so that is what I am going to do right now. So if you're coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Mercy and this is Mercy Posh Stitches. So on this channel, I teach people how to cut, how to sew, how to stitch neatly, and I teach trendy style, beautiful style, styles that are very up to date. So go ahead and hit on the notification bell and subscribe if you have not done so, so that when I drop beautiful tutorials like this, you will be notified. All right, then if you're a returning subscriber, I thank you so much and I really appreciate the fact that you came back to check up on us. Okay, so I went on to slash and slash, and like I said, I will get another paper ready and you see the next thing we are going to do. So when I get another paper ready, I'm going to spread it on the new paper. Okay, I will spread it on the new paper and I'm going to show you what we have. So here is the new paper and I went on to spread it on the new paper and hold it in place with my pin. So I spread with 2 inches. I spread with 2 inches. So it depends on how much gathers you want. If you want it to be fuller than mine, you can use 2.5 or even 3, especially if you have enough fabric. All right, if you have enough fabric, you can go as much as you desire. Okay, but mine, I used 2 inches and it was 2 inches that gave me what you saw at the beginning of that of this tutorial. So I went on to cut it out, as you can see. So this is what I have. So on this down, I didn't add allowance yet because when I'm transferring to my main fabric, I'll add allowance. So if you're transferring, of course, this part you're supposed to be cutting it out on your main fabric. Remember to add allowance on the down part and if possible on the upper part as well. So what you're going to do is that you're going to pleat the down part here and pleat the upper part. Okay, because I didn't have the opportunity to show all the parts as I was rushing the work. That's why I had to do this. I just have to show you on the paper everything, how to go about it. So I'll go on transfer everything on my main fabric and I'll stitch it down, and that gives us what you saw at the beginning of the video. Okay, so that is it, and that was how I was able to achieve the dress you saw. Thank you so much for watching. See you some other time. Bye.